Hi everyone, welcome to Camo Office Hours Live. I'm your host Eden from Camo, and I'm here to walk you through setting up to stream on Camo Studio for iPad. So I'm also taking any Camo questions or content creation related questions. So anything about how to do something in Camo, whether that's the iPad app or the desktop app on Mac or Windows, feel free to drop them in the chat. No questions. We're not platform specific today. So any questions that you have about how to do something in any of our Camo apps or how Camo works with other software are all fair game. So unless you guys want to listen to me monologue, lazy river style for the entire office hours, feel free to add comments to the chat. And if you don't have a question specifically, that's okay. I would still love to hear what you're working on, what you do with video, so we can see where Camo might fit into your tech stack, or if it's already in your tech stack, I'd love to hear about how you are using it. So let's get right into it. I actually already have a question from our friend Zirconium1. I meant to add this comment to the chat. Will DSLR cameras be supported through a PC? So the answer is yes. You can connect a DSLR or any camera to your PC, computer, PC or Mac, and it will show up in Camo as a camera source. So I can show you how I have mine set up. So let's go ahead and switch to my Camo desktop screen share. Here we go. All right, so I have it set up to demo the iPad app at the moment, but I'm going to switch over to show you how I have it set up. So I'm using a DSLR camera right now. I'm on the Sony a6600. I have it connected through a capture card and then connected to my computer, but you can also directly connect it to your computer. So I'm using the Elgato HD60X because I've just been testing a bunch of different capture cards, and this happens to be the one that I'm using right now. And so I have the micro HDMI cable on one end that's plugged into the camera. Actually, let me switch to my wireless setup so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so this is my camera setup. This is a micro HDMI to HDMI cable on the other end, and I'm not gonna go to my nest of wires to show you guys how everything is plugged in because I don't want to hurt your eyeballs. But it's connected through the HDMI cable, goes into the capture card, and then the capture card is USB-C into my computer. So I recommend, you don't need the capture card, but I really do recommend using a capture card if you're using a DSLR or mirrorless camera, just because different cameras have different ways of outputting signals, and capture cards kind of just help keep everything organized and in place. At least that's how it works in my head. Like I said, we've been doing some homework on capture cards lately. So I hope to have more to share on that topic with you at a point later in time. If you're using a capture card, I'd actually love to know what capture card you're using, because we've tested a bunch of different ones, but I'd really love to know what capture cards that like the community is using, because we want to make sure that we're familiar with the capture cards that you're using. So let us know, and we will. Let me know in the chat what capture cards you guys are using, because I'm capture card shopping. So I'm just interested in general, like what the hottest capture cards on the market are these days. All right, so while questions are rolling in, I am going to switch to the iPad, demoing the iPad, which is this scene, not the other one. So shout out to our friend Ballard Vibes, iPad DJ and producer here. It was actually, I saw your comment on one of our, I think maybe it was our previous live stream, that you thought it was going to be an iPad one. So I thought that I'd just start with iPad this time. So thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully this live will be helpful for you today. All right. Oh, Victor, you're going to do this to me? All right, fine. Victor wants to know what the wires look like, so who am I to hold back from that? All right, let's go back to Camo, switch to all right, this is a safe space, guys. So safe space, like I said. So wires here. Sorry, I'm trying to pan all nice and slow, but you know, it's this is a hub number 1, audio interface, hub number 2, Thunderbolt hub, and I think that might be enough. I think that might be enough wires for you guys today. So if you guys did not love that, y'all can blame Victor. Shout out to Victor though. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm so happy to see you here in the chat. Switch back over to iPad. What is up, Tort and Anthony? I'm so happy to see you guys here. You guys know I love it. Love seeing you guys in the chat. It just makes me so happy. All right, so let's go to the iPad and set up some scenes. Keep those questions rolling in. I will be monitoring. It might like get to a pausing point before checking on the chat again, but just drop those questions in there because I'll be ready. Like I said, happy to monologue the whole time too. Don't try me. I can talk for a whole office hours without any questions. All right, let's start with just setting up a default scene. So let's, I'm just gonna actually reset this scene to default. So this is basically, so I actually just reinstalled, I wiped my iPad and reset everything up. So this is actually pretty close to what it's gonna be like when you first set up the iPad. So it defaults to this pip setup. Pip is picture-in-picture for those that do not know. I realize I can be pretty flagrantly bad about using acronyms and expecting people to just know what I mean. Anyway, so I have my Switch set up. So we're gonna set up a scene for gaming. The quickest and easiest way is to use a default scene. So this is not the most fun way, but let's just go ahead and see how things are set up. This is Phoenix Wright, just happens to be where I am in the game. Camera 2 is already, I'm using the front ultra wide camera. I have framing turned on, so it's not going to be on by default. I do recommend turning on auto framing when you are using a picture-in-picture camera setup, especially if like this here, the pip is pretty small. So it's really like turning on the auto framing helps keep the camera tight on your face. Like I love moving around, and so it's really easy for me to move out of frame when the frame size is so small. I can get a little bit closer too, I guess. So yeah, there we go. And so this is a quick and easy pip setup with a default scene. While I'm here, I might as well walk through scene variables with you guys. I don't know if you guys have checked these out before. These are also on our desktop app for our built-in template scenes for you. How do you change them? Wow, what a great question, because it is not like normally editing text. So what you do when you see these scene variables that are in brackets, you're gonna go to your settings to fill them in. They're in a different place on the desktop app, but I'm just kind of going over what things are in general. And if someone wants to see that demoed, I can switch to the desktop app. So here, fill in your scene variables and it will magically show up on your scene. What is my handle? Let's go re-incubate. That's not how you spell re-incubate. Cool. All right, so save that and then exit out of your settings and then boom, name, social handle on your scene automatically. So actually, if you switch to a different scene that also has scene variables, it'll have your information automatically populated. So that's actually pretty cool. What's up, Aiden? Good to see you in here. Neil, good to see you too. Also, I just realized I owe you a DM, so I will get back to you after this. Yeah, Victor, Camo runs on an iPad. Camo, this is our streaming app, so streaming from an iPad app. Feel free to drop your questions. Happy to share more about this with you directly since you're the homie. All right, but let's go back to the scene we were working on before. So this is actually just a really quick pip scene. And if you wanted to use this for streaming and you don't want this text here, you can also just easily delete it. This image is subtle, but it was that gradient overlay right there. And now actually, this is like your basic pip scene, and the iPad looks really great in full screen mode, which is really convenient for people traveling. You can use it as a monitor. So in full screen mode, it just takes it to maximize the screen real estate on the iPad, and I will not get distracted because we are not here to game today. Although, while you guys are here, if you guys are supportive of a just hanging out like video game stream, where people can pop in and ask Camo questions maybe, but it's not like a Camo focused stream, but I could like answer Camo questions while gaming. I don't know, just a content idea. If you guys think that's interesting to you, let me know. As we introduce more, you know, our iPad app is very popular with streaming, especially in Japan. I don't know if that's just because Nintendo is based in Japan and people really love using the Switch with the iPad app, but yeah. I think I would like to do some game streams with you guys. All right, but let's have a little bit more fun. This is just your basic pip scene, but let's see what else we can do with it, because we did actually release an update last month with some fun new features. So let's see. All right, so I have a blank black background right now, which I do not love. Actually, I'm gonna just turn off my video while I choose a background. So the iPad can support as a background videos and photos. So any files that your iPad can support, you can use as a background for your iPad streams or recorded content. I was in Unsplash the other day, and it looks like I'm gonna choose one of these. This little pink city. Actually, what are some of the other ones? Oh, I like this one instead. The pink one is I think it's a little too soon after last year's Canadian wildfires where the sky in New York was totally orange, so I don't like that one. We'll use this sort of ethereal green, blue one as the background, and then let's bring our video source back so we can see what it looks like. So if you are bringing in a game scene, I recommend choosing external video source instead of camera, because you can technically select it as camera type. It doesn't really matter, but when you have your type set to camera, you'll see image enhancements here, which wouldn't really apply if you are just if you're just bringing in another video screen, because like you really won't need like portrait mode for a video game. So I'm just gonna do external video source, and not sure what we want to do, so let's just start with the pip. I wanted to bring in some web overlays to demo for you guys though. Yo, shout out I Stream Pool. I streamed the US Amateur Championships with my iPad in November. Wow, that sounds really cool. Pool, I'm guessing Pool the yeah, I can see in your little icon it's the Pool game, not pools. What is up, James? Yo, we need to do another show very soon. I'm gonna hit you back on that. And Anthony started playing the trilogy again. That is what's up. This is the second one in the trilogy, so that's the one I'm on now. And let's add a web overlay or two. All right, so I have my web overlays that I like to use saved in this handy note. I really like the follower goal ones, so let's take a look and see what they look like. There's this one, and the other follower goal one is a different color, I think. So which one do y'all think would look better with my scene? This dark mode one or this neon one? I think this neon one. All right, let's copy and paste this over here. So I'm in the layers tab. This is actually the tab that I like to be in the most because I'm a Photoshop person. I love layers. I love being able to see all of my elements clearly. And web overlay, hit Control V, submit, and let that populate. Brian, what's up? Thank you for popping in. You stream too, right, Brian? Let me know what you're streaming these days. I'd love to pop in on one of your live streams. Okay, so this loaded, and let's resize it because we don't need to take up the whole screen. We don't need the whole screen to show that I have not hit my followers goal yet. I think I want to bring in another web overlay also, which is this cute little labels one I also really like. So let me copy that over, and oops, that's settings. Mouse sensitivity is a little bit high. Oh, wake up. Okay. Let's add another web overlay here. So sometimes I like to kind of bring in all the elements I know that I want to use into the app, into the scene editor, so I can kind of see where I might want to put things. This also does not need to be that big. And let's try this. Let's try putting it in the top corner. And that means for our video source, we can, where should we put it? Here? Maybe make it a little bit smaller. There we go, in the corner. And then followers goals can go here, up here. Maybe still a little bit too big. A little bit smaller, there we go. Also, the layers tab, this is new that we released in our latest update. It's the best because you can rearrange your layers. Rearranging layers is so clutch. So which one is on top? There we go. Is it on top? There we go. There it is. I'm not that good at using the mouse with my iPad yet. James, does Camo have an integration with the Elgato Stream Deck? That is a great question. The answer is not yet, but I am dying for it because, you know, I am also Team Stream Deck. Oh, my cable is so short, so I can't show my Stream Deck and how I have it set up. But that is a great request, and I am personally internally pushing for this integration to be able to control things with the Stream Deck because I love being able to just push a button. Pocket billiards, that's what's up. I'm not very good at billiards, but I'm glad to see that it's thriving. Oh, Paul K, you said you're using the Elgato Cam Link. Nice. We definitely have a few of those. I'm a big fan of the Cam Link. I'm using the gaming one right now, but we have a few Cam Links on the team, and we definitely like those. So yeah, if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, we were talking about capture cards and what you want, what capture cards you're using, so we can get some capture cards to match you guys so we can make sure we know how they work. So yeah, so Paul K says for his Sony ZV-E10. Oh yeah, I'm also curious to know what cameras you guys are using. A lot of Sony friends. Yeah, I'm A6600. I've heard great things about the ZV-E10 and the ZV-1. Yeah, I feel like Canon, Sony, and Nikon are all pretty strong in the DSLR DSLR race. But I personally, I like Sony's. Even when back in the day when I was doing point and shoot, I was heavy with the point and shoot cameras when I was in college, because y'all don't need to know how old I am, but just know that point and shoot digital cameras basically started to become popular when I was late high school, early college. Okay. Opacity slider. So all elements have an opacity slider, which is a very nice way to add some nice little subtle effects, to add some subtlety. All right, let me stop making it so dramatic. Pop that there. And let's see, where's my pip? Let's just line it up slightly better. So this is a little bit busy of a scene. I might try a different rearranging of it, because I think with the followers and the labels up top, it's a little bit distracting from the gameplay. So let's see. Let's try moving it up. I know I've set up a similar scene to this before for one of my videos. I don't remember exactly how I set it up, but I did like it. Oh yeah, I think it was up here in the corner. Oh, okay, I remember. So let's bring this here. My video source is gonna end up here. So here we go. Oops, wake up, Nintendo Switch. Insta360. The Insta360 is a nice little one. How can you record iPad apps with Camo Studio? Gemma Loper, great question. I will get to that in like 2 seconds. In the meantime, Victor, you're using Camlink 4K for the Mac and the Elgato internal card on the PC. Need to get the PC set up again. Oh, Victor, you're a PC guy. Interesting. That is good to know, because I am not a PC person, and I sometimes have PC questions, and I know you're very techie, so yeah. All right, let's finish getting this scene set up. Yeah. Here we go. Also, this is where you can change your frame shape. I don't want to be a circle for this particular scene. Oops, not opacity. There we go, corner radius. Yo, I'd like to hear y'all's opinions. Are y'all team rounded corners or square corners? Because I actually think I kind of just like the regular square corners sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. But yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I like this is how I had my scene set up before, and I like this kind of like, I have 2 web overlays, so there's a lot going on, but because they're at the bottom of the screen, the gameplay and my face cam still take priority. Okay, I want to come back to this question about recording iPad apps with Camo Studio. So let's just go to a new scene for this one. Here we go. New scene, let's duplicate scene and go to the new scene at the very bottom. Here we go. Okay, so you can stream or record apps on this iPad. It works best with iPads that have an M1 chip or newer. But on non-M1 iPads, you can still do screen recording or screen sharing, but you can't stream and record at the same time. But so, okay, this is how, if you select apps on this iPad, that's how you bring in apps on this iPad. It's kind of hard to see because it's a gray box. Let me actually just minimize it a little bit so you have a better idea of, let me just change my background so there's just a little bit more contrast. So this is when you bring in the iPad apps on this iPad, it will pop up like this. And from here, you can record or stream other apps. There is something, so I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all. Right now, when you bring in apps on this iPad, it defaults to a 16:9 aspect ratio. As you guys know, the iPad is not a 16:9 screen. It's more of a 4:3. So right now you would have to unlock the aspect ratio to change it freeform to a more 4:3 aspect ratio, so you don't have things that are cut off in your screen. Gemaloper. So, all right. So I see you don't understand English. Just let me know if you have any other questions, and you can also write into us at support@reincubate.com. We're happy to liaise with you, doing our best with using translation tools. But yeah, feel free to shoot us a line if I'm not answering your question clearly enough on here. Segunda Opinio Ricardo Costa. I'm sorry, I just said that so gringo. Using your iPhone 15 Pro Max with your Mac 24, it's great. Yeah, yo, that iPhone 15 is a nice camera. All right, so yeah, Gemloper, let me know if this helped with showing how to do screen sharing on the iPad. If not, please do shoot us an email. We're happy to help. I know sometimes with a language barrier, it's a little hard to follow, but yeah, feel free to reach out to us. We'll do the best we can to communicate clearly with you. We're so happy you're here, by the way. All right. Todd Sickmiller, great question. Studio is capable of doing custom RTMPS server, allowing to stream to other platforms such as Kick. On the Camo Studio for iPad, yes. So right now, if you hit this little plus button for streaming, we have the custom RTMP. I always want to say RMTP, so I wanted to make sure I get that right. RTMP, that's where you can enter the streaming address and the stream key to stream to other platforms. We're hoping to get more integrations built into Camo on iPad just as we go. But for now, yeah, the custom streaming destination is going to be your best friend for streaming to platforms that we don't already have integrated. You can also get to your streaming settings by going into the settings, the little gear icon, and going here to set up your streaming destinations. So just showing a couple of different ways to get to the same result. Thank you for that question. All right, Victor, team rounded corners. Neil says rounded corners have their place. Ballard vibes. Yeah, I think it's a mix. It's a mix. But I think I prefer, I was that kid that loved the grid paper when I found out about it in like 3rd grade. I thought grid paper was the coolest thing ever. So yo, thanks so much for popping in, Victor. Yeah, so I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. I think ever since then, I really like things to be perfectly lined up, and rounded corners, you know, doesn't quite get there for me. All right, let's get back to this gaming scene. Also, Ballard vibes. Yeah, I hear you on this. We're in the process of discussing ways to improve the screen recording or screen sharing experience on the iPad. So we're working on this. Hang tight. Thank you so much for being so supportive of our iPad app, and keep those feature requests coming. By the way, guys, not just for questions, feature requests also. This is also what the stream is for. I'd love to hear what you're missing from us on Camo Desktop, on Camo iPad, what you look for in video tools, anything that you're looking to achieve. Let me know in the chat and we'll see. We take all the notes from our live stream. So everything that, even if I don't get to your comment live, we record it, we record all of the feature requests and we log them. So don't hesitate to drop feature requests into the chat. Todd, using 2020 iPhone SE at 1080 60 with Camo and OBS and PC. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. You're using a 2020 iPhone SE with, and you're still getting pretty good results from. I guess 2020 wasn't that long ago, but I feel like also sometimes 4 years feels like a decade in tech years. All right. So this is my game streaming scene. This is just an example of one scene and what you can do. I did want to show you guys borders, because borders is a new feature that we added just like a month ago. So it is just really, actually we got a lot of requests for borders, if I'm being honest. That's why we added them. Quick and easy video borders. Everyone wants them. I agree. Quite frankly, it is nice to have borders. Let's do a blue color. Blue. I love using, like, sliding the opacity a little bit lower for borders, because it's kind of subtle. Here, let me make this bigger. But you can like kind of see it a little bit on the edges, but you can also still kind of see the background behind it. I don't know. I think it's just like a nice little effect that I really appreciate. Let's add me a little bit of a border also, or let's change the border color. Pink. Pink. Yes, there we go. Pink, pink. For me, for my face cam, because I love things that are pink. So those are borders. All right, fine. I'll bring back, we'll do rounded corners, but not full circle, because some of us in here like rounded corners. There you go. I hope you guys are happy now. All right. Let's set up another scene. This was wanted to demo the new borders, but also just kind of want to show you guys how different ways I set up things. So if we go to set up a new scene, what is untitled? There we go. And where did my untitled scene? Where is it? Where is it? Oops. All the way at the bottom. Here we go. So right now when you set up a new scene, it retains your video layers, but everything else gets reset. Although we may be making changes to what new scene means sometime in the near future, but for now, this is how it behaves. Here we go. Still need a background. Always need a background. Let's try a different one. Night sky. This is a nice little one. Also, Gemma Lover, we don't have anyone that speaks Spanish on the team, but we will do our best to use language translation tools to liaise with you. We can do a call or go via text back and forth on email. So yeah, we don't have anyone on the team that speaks Spanish, but we will do the best we can for you with language translation tools. All right. So, oh, by the way, double clicking does take any video thing to full screen. Wow, that is way too close to my face. Sorry about that. Oops. Secondary source. Oh no, sorry. Ah, okay. This makes me feel much better. I just put a my giant face on the screen. There we go. Primary video source. Let's do a little overlapping one. Secondary, make it a little bit smaller and crop it a little bit closer to my face. Do we have any gamers in here? Anyone playing video games at all? Todd, you said you're streaming on OBS. Would you like to share what type of content you stream? No pressure, but we are always interested in learning more about what type of content our user base is creating. So I'd love to know. Yeah, anyone in here that is doing content, let me know what you're working on, what type of content you create, because the more we know about you guys, the more we can better shape our roadmap to fit your needs. All right, let's try bringing in the other web overlay because I think it matched this color scheme a little bit better. This dark mode one, followers goal, copy, and then paste over here. And let's also bring in some text on this one because I did not demo text yet. Let's get this follower goals widget. Maybe it's a little bit too dark. I actually don't love that. That's cool because you can easily delete something if you don't feel like it was working for your scene. I guess we'll just do the neon one again. The neon one, I'm not gonna lie, I love this little pixel neon overlay set from Stream Elements, our friends at Stream Elements. It's very versatile, works for many different scenes, I feel. All right, so while that's loading, oh, that loaded really quickly actually. There we go. We'll put this follower goal here. Actually drag this out of the, no, we'll keep it in the edge. Okay. Make this, my face cam a little bit bigger. And I think actually rounded corners might look nice for this. Full circle. All right, I'll do circle for this one. Let's just do very, very subtle rounded corners for the game view. Let's do a border. Something subtle. I'm big on subtlety when it comes to borders, if I'm being honest. I like a nice subtle border. There we go. That's not bad. All right, I promised you guys we were gonna add some text to the scene. Let's add some text. So clicking on these three dots also opens, expands, or collapses the settings so you can see all of your elements with just the layers scene, but if you want to expand all of them, oh, they expand one by one, so that's good. So you only have to deal with the settings of each element one at a time. Okay, text. What should we do for text? I guess follow me. Oh wow, that is not, y'all, I'm so sorry. I have a Bluetooth keyboard that I'm using, and I think hitting shift made it did something unintended, but not that big of a deal. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. And let's get this text. Follow me on Twitch. How do I add a line break? Can I not add a line break? I will add that as a feature request. Or can I just not do it with the keyboard and mouse setup? Follow me. And I'm just gonna add another text box. Here we go. Follow me. At Pikachu Blue. At Pikachu Blue. There we go. Bring this here. And get things lined up. actually, why is this Arial? I love that you can see all of the fonts in our font picker. Ballad Vibes uses music apps. Tiny interruption of the music when you switch apps. Interesting. That is good to know. Would you be willing to send us an example of that? Like a screen, like a sample recording, just so we can better understand what might be going on? Because we would like for it to be seamless. Yeah, we would like to know more about that issue, Ballard Vibes. Another request, iStream Pool. One thing that would be great would be to filter out copyrighted music when we stream. Yeah, so this is a tricky one. Could you, iStream Pool, do you, where is the music coming from for you? Like, is it in an app, or is it like it's playing physically in your environment? Yeah, copyright infringement is always an issue. We love Epidemic Sound for music that you add to your own live streams, but I know sometimes depending on what you're streaming. I also don't know if you're streaming like real life pool or if you're streaming a pool video game. But if you're streaming in like real life, if there's like music playing at the pool hall, I see what you mean by the music kind of like it will unintentionally make it onto your stream. So that's a good thing to raise. We'll keep it in mind. We'll file it as a feature request for sure. We'll definitely document it. Thank you. Yo, shouts to Ballard Vibes. Thank you. We really appreciate the support. iStream Pool, is there a way to do an image slideshow to display multiple logos in a single space for stream sponsors? iStream Pool, I'm not sure I understand your request right now. So if you are looking to display a bunch of logos on the scene, it would probably right now the way I'm thinking that you could do it would be to set up a blank scene without any video layers and bring in your sponsor labels just like on an image. So it would be kind of like creating just a blank graphic without like a graphic file without any video layers, because you can just turn the video layers off. And so then you could switch to your scene that just has like your logos. Actually, let's play with making one of those. And you can let me know if I'm on the right track or not. Untitled. And let's take a look. So Untitled, new scene. If we turn off our video layers, go away scenes panel. I don't need you there. Camera to off, and so I don't think I have anything just solid right now, but we'll just throw what's something that's kind of cool. Like, oh, here we go. Let's just try this one. Oh, I guess this is confetti. So your video layers are off, and you could create like I mean I know I have some logos in here. So I have like this camo logo. Which, by the way, guys, if y'all notice that when you bring in an image to the iPad app, it shows up. You have to unlock the aspect ratio to be able to get it to look how it is supposed to. That's a bug. We're going to be fixing that. But all right, so this was not the best background for this situation. It's a little bit too busy. Let's use this coffee cup. Yeah, we can work with this. Yo, George, I am so excited to see you here. Yay, I'm so glad you caught the live stream live. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be doing more consistent, so be sure to pop in. It is always good to see you. Always see you in the Ecamm live chat. Also, always good. I have this version of the logo also. Arrange, unlock aspect ratio. Change it to circle, arrange, relock it. That one. Image. I have one more, right? This one. Yeah, our watermark. Let's see. Unlock. So iStream Pool, I know this is not the best looking graphic ever, but this would be one way to do it, is to create a scene that just has images of your sponsor logos. And when you're streaming, like, you know, when you want to switch to it, like if we were on this scene and this is like your pool scene, this is where the action's happening. And then when you want to show the sponsors, switch over to the sponsors scene. And then for however long, and then you can switch back. For this type of use case, I like making collections for scenes because, there we go. So I like making scene collections because it makes it easier for me to only have the scenes that I need for this particular live stream to show up in the scenes panel. So I have this cooking collection of scenes already set up just to like give you an idea. So basically you have the option of picking all scenes, but so all scenes will have all of your scenes that you've ever created showing up. And if you're streaming different types of content, you're gonna build up a lot of scenes, or if you're just like me and like to play around with setting up scenes. But when you're streaming, if you want to actually go to the scene collection, and it will be just scenes that you are planning to use. This one has a resource heavy web overlay that's taking a little bit longer to load, but it should load in a little bit. Okay, so from the radio or the jukebox at the pool hall. Yeah, so at those in-person situations, it is a little trickier. I think I would suggest, depending on what audio you're trying to capture, to see if you can get a dynamic mic, like if it's for commentary. If you get a dynamic mic, it will be a lot less likely to pick up background noise, because dynamic mics are designed to pick up voices usually. Check also the polar pattern of the mic, because they're, depending on the pattern of the mic, some are designed for picking up voices specifically. You still might get some background noise, but some mics do a pretty good job of just picking up voices, especially when someone is talking. We have gotten also other requests for noise cancellation, because the iPad itself, I believe, has some sort of noise cancellation feature. So that would be, we haven't gotten that far, but I hear you on the request, and yeah, I hear you on the request, and we'll definitely keep it in mind to see what we can do. Okay, so you want rotating logos on different scenes, or you want them like animated on a scene? Because right now, if you want them animated, you would have to create the animation in like a video file in like After Effects or something, and then bring that video in to the iPad. You could do it that way also. I might not be totally understanding what your request is. I know that because I know you said something about doing a slideshow. I feel like there's definitely a way that we can do it, although it might not be the most, if you're rotating logos, you might just have a few different, right now you might have to have a few different scenes set up with like your sponsor 1, the same scene with sponsor 1 logo, same scene with sponsor 2 logo. Also, my web overlay never loaded. That's okay. We'll come back to this. Ballard vibes. Yo, I hear you. I feel that. Isn't that what always happens? It's like you have an issue that you know you can replicate, and then when you're finally ready to share it with someone that can do something about it, it doesn't happen. But yeah, if it happens again, do let us know. We definitely want to make the switching to any other scene or screen recording to be a seamless experience. We'll get there, hopefully. So iStream Pool, logos rotating. Do you mean you want different logos on different logos on the stream at one time, or do you mean that oh, it finally loaded. There we go. I really like this web overlay. Let's actually, by the way, if you don't know how to use, if you've never tried out web overlays before, there's really cool web overlays out there that can do really cool things, like tell you the weather. You can do like weather bugs. A lot of people that do sporting events use web overlays for live scoring. This one right here is actually one that has like a chat box. So if I was streaming to Twitch right now, the chat would populate here. But this is also a really good way to set up a scene if you like. I like setting up scenes from scratch, but some people are more like looking for a plug and play experience. And web overlays, there are a lot of like web overlays out there that have like these cam boxes. So yeah, actually let's just let's set up this web overlay for to use with this scene. So here we go. I like to be in the layers tab. We will put this, there we go. So this is a cooking web overlay. So it doesn't really go with the video game, but wait, I do have a video game one. Let me see. Here. Anime theme, chat box. This one definitely matches our video game vibes a little bit better. Let me pop in this web overlay, paste, and I can go ahead and delete this one. Actually, let's just wait. It might take a while for it to populate because there we go. Not that long today. Okay, so I can delete this one. There we go. And now, yeah, here we go. All right, we are in here. There we go. And then secondary video source. Where am I? Oh, I know. The video source. So if you ever lose your sources, go to your layers tab and click on the source itself to be able to find it. So my video source was hidden underneath the web layer, so I couldn't see it. That's why. But now that I'm on this view, I can see it. And let's get rid of our rounded corners and fit into, here we go. Fit into this little cam box right there. Yeah, so this is another way to set up a scene. Oh, not quite. Oh, that's part of the graphic. Oh, okay. I thought there was a gap, but that's part of the graphic. But yeah, so this is a ready-made, ready-to-go, ready-to-go scene. I just saw Caleb's comment. Yo, shouts to Caleb, my bestie. Nice humble brag on setting up scenes from scratch. I know. Yo, template person, there's nothing wrong with being a template person. I used a ton of templates. I actually use templates for inspiration a lot of the time. Like, I will look at a template and find ways to recreate something similar. Because templates are there to give you, for something that are easy, quick and easy, ready to use, like this that we have set up. I'm ready to do some streaming with this scene. And yeah, templates are great. I was not hating on templates. It might have been a humble brag though, if I'm being honest. Thank you for popping in, Caleb. It is always good to see you hanging out with my live streams. You are the homie. I should wear my Jump Shot U t-shirt next time. But so again, if I was streaming right now and there were people in the chat, that it would populate in this little chat box. So we've gotten a lot of questions for how to add chat to a scene. That's currently the easiest way to do it on the iPad app, is to use a web overlay. Some web overlay services are Stream Elements, overlays.uno. There's a few different services out there, but yeah. See, Caleb, you know me. I look at a template and then immediately see how I would do it better. That's just me in life in general. I look at anything and I'm like, yeah, see how I could do it better. All right, let's see. What other, do y'all have any other questions? We have, just realizing that we are headed towards 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is the scheduled time for the stream to end, but I'm happy to keep taking questions if y'all have any. What else can we, let's take a look at what other web overlays I had. Oh yeah, the pixel art. Pixel art. This game scene. Let's check this one out in our last few minutes here. Oh, I like this one. Copy. And then layers tab. Web. Paste. Submit. iStream poll. Yeah, iStream poll. If I didn't quite get your request totally understood, feel free to write into me at support@reincubate.com. And I'm happy to go back and forth to figure out what you are trying to achieve and how we can get you there. Because I'm pretty sure there's ways to do it. It just, there's probably not a built-in way to do it. So we'll have to get a little bit creative in the meantime. Currently the pip. Ballard vibes, do you mean when you are screen recording? I think that's what you mean. Yeah, okay, so when it comes to screen recording, there's some limitations to where the camera can go. I know you can resize it a little bit and move it to the different corners, but it has sort of like a snap to mechanism where it wants to go. Let me switch to screen recording and we can mess around a little bit. Hold on, we'll come back to you. All right, so actually screen recording works a lot better with a more basic scene. So let's use the other one we set up earlier. So this one, for example, when we start recording, start the broadcast. So once you exit out of the app, sorry, I forgot to add a camera source. So that's why no camera source popped up. But yeah, front ultra wide camera. That's the missing piece. Sorry about that. Let's see. All right, start recording, start broadcast, 3, 2, 1, and action. Okay, so is this the picture that the picture you're talking about? So there's limited options for resizing it. You can get it to be about this big or this size. And yeah, it doesn't like to let you put it in anywhere other than the 4 corners. When we do screen recording right now, we are reliant on the iPad's operating system. So it's these sort of like little things, little behaviors that are tied to the iPad OS itself. We don't have that much control over. We're always looking for ways that we can accomplish the same thing sort of around limitations. We can't make any promises, but I can promise you we are having a lot of discussions about screen recording because we want to improve. We want to improve the experience, and if we're not able to give you exactly what you're looking for, at least we want to be able to better communicate what is within the realm that we're able to control in the screen recording using Camo. So yeah, I hear you on that. It's not the most best, but and we've gotten a lot of feedback on it. We love the feedback. Keep it coming. We hear all of it, and we are actively discussing ways that we can improve. So hang tight. No promises, but we'll do our best. All right. Let's see. Where was my little scene? Was it this one? Oh wait, no, I think we had gone to, here we go. We did a cooking chat scene. Back to external video source. Oh no. There we go. I don't think Ant is here still, but I'm gonna hit you up later to see which part of the trilogy you're playing. Because I just realized Justice for All is actually kind of fire. What was I? Oh yeah, we were gonna bring in the other web overlay. just to give you guys an idea of web overlays and how they could be used as that is populating. So this one's a little more unique because it's a little bit more chill. Okay, so this one is a much more bare bones templated one, and it looks like my face cam is meant to go here, and the rest of this would be the rest of the scene is filled with the gameplay. It probably works. I think this specific web overlay maybe works a little bit better for like first person shooters, because usually your field of vision is more in the center and there's not text right there usually in first person shooters. But yeah, just demoing different web overlays and different scenes to give you guys ideas. And this is the last call for questions. I'm gonna click through the video game, and I will monitor the chat for 5 more minutes to see if any more questions roll in that I can answer. Otherwise, we will get ready to wrap up here. Thank you so much for the questions, and thank you so much for you guys sharing about what type of content you're working on, the gear that you're using. All of that information really helps me as the customer intermediary liaison. Do those words have negative connotations? No, they don't, right? They're just words. I am the connector. I am the dot connector between our user base and the product. So I take in all of your requests. Neil, great question. Not at the moment, but we have gotten a lot of requests for it, and we would like to add that at some point in the future. Where would you like to multi-stream to? I would love to know where you want to multi-stream to. Twitch and YouTube? Or Twitch or YouTube and Facebook? Facebook's a popular one, right? Tort, thank you so much for popping in. Oh, this made me so happy. Seriously, I'm so happy. Oh, my camera went off. What happened there? Oh, where's my capture card? Capture card, Yo, Caleb, that's right. Liaison sounds so much more professional and important. YouTube and Twitter. Okay. Yeah. I Twitter, man, Twitter live streaming is I've been hearing a lot more about it lately than ever before. So that's good to know. Yo, Ballard Vibes, thank you. And if you want to share your name at some point, no pressure to, absolutely no pressure to share your name. I can continue to refer to you as Ballard Vibes, but thank you so much for, I see your comments. I see you always popping in the live streams. We really appreciate your support, and we love that you're loving the iPad app. Thank you. Yeah, so Twitch and Kick. Okay. Twitch and Kick and Twitch and YouTube and Twitter. All right. Yeah, so yeah, we're missing Kick, and we don't have Twitter integration either, but yeah, multi-streaming is definitely on the radar. I will troubleshoot my capture card after this. I'm gonna blame Victor for my capture card going out, because I think a cable must have been jostled at some point. You guys know that do content. We can't jostle the cords. We can't jostle the cables because things become unplugged, and we don't want that. Thank you, Carlton. It's really nice to meet you. So streaming to restream, we don't have an integration for that, Neil. But oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I don't know if you're able to just add a stream key for restream. I don't know enough about restream, but yeah, that's a good point. I should probably look into that, actually. So I will look into that. Thank you for raising it. Thank you for raising it, Neil. Neil always has good questions. Okay, so Todd Sigmiller says technically with custom RTMPS, we should be able to stream with Restream. Yeah, we should. Yeah, I'll try that. RTMPS. Does anyone else feel like it should be RMTPS? Okay, yeah, so Neil, if we can just use a stream key, I think if you use the custom stream feature, I've just never thought about it. I will test that though. I'm gonna test it. Like theoretically the answer is yes, but I like to have tested things and confirmed that they work before being like, yes, it for sure does, if you guys know what I mean. Adding that to my to-do list. All right. Well, I really appreciate everyone coming in to hang out with me today. It has been a fun one. I really like getting to set up gaming streams. But if y'all would rather see other scenes get set up, feel free to give me feedback on that too. I'm just I'm not like a heavy gamer. I'm a gaming casual, but yeah. All right. Okay, I'm really sad that my capture card became unplugged, but it is no better time to say thank you all for joining the stream today, and I hope you guys all have wonderful rest of your days, and we'll be doing this again next month, every month, and we might add more live streams here and there, so I will see you all in another live stream soon.